I'm Hillary Mulick and welcome back to another episode on my YouTube channel. I am a wedding photographer based in the Carolinas and this is my new office. I recently moved and so I'm just in the middle of putting together my new office, and this is where I'm going to be filming my YouTube videos in my new house. Now, last month I came out with a YouTube video that was 5 things to include in your wedding planning guide that I have in mind, and I decided to do a part 2 of that video because I just felt like there were so many good things that are so important for your couples to know before their wedding. So this is part 2 of that, 5 more things that you should make sure to have in your wedding planning guide. So number 1, I have a section in my wedding planning guide that is how to clean your jewelry and the importance of cleaning your jewelry prior to your wedding day. When I start a wedding day, I generally use this time to photograph all the details of the couple, and this is going to include their rings. So if they have a diamond ring that they want photographed or any jewelry that I'm going to be getting close-ups of, I want to make sure that those things are clean and ready to go since I'm getting close-up photos of these items. So I recommend that they either take their jewelry to a jewelry cleaner to get them cleaned, or they can just clean their jewelry at home, soak it in warm water and soap, and scrub it with a very soft toothbrush. Number 2 of things to include in your wedding planning guide is a family portrait section. I talk all about family portraits, and I also give a list of just very generic family portraits that I do on a wedding day. So for example, this can be the couple and their whole immediate family, which includes parents, siblings, their siblings, significant others if they're married, if there's any nieces or nephews. This is just all the immediate family on one side. So one side of the couple's family. And then I pare it down to the couple with the parents, maybe the couple with the siblings. And I just give a lot of examples of just different groupings of family portraits so that they kind of have an idea of what I do and just what family portraits that they want on their wedding day. And so make sure to have a section on your wedding planning guide talking all about family portraits. Number 3, next I have a section about suggesting that they have an unplugged wedding. Now, not all weddings want their ceremonies to be unplugged, but I do offer just some tips and tricks on the benefits of having an unplugged wedding, and just, you know, if you feel like your family is all going to be pulling out their phones and you're just worried about them missing moments in the wedding day, then I tell them, hey, maybe consider an unplugged wedding. And you can have your officiant announce this either at the beginning of the ceremony, or you can actually have a sign like as people enter the ceremony site that says, please turn off your phones. This is an unplugged ceremony. So there's lots of different ways to do this, and I just give my couples that option and that information and something to consider if they decide they want to have an unplugged wedding ceremony. Number 4, I talk about the sparkler exit. Now, there are different ways that a sparkler exit can be done. We can either do the traditional sparkler exit where the photographers stay till the very end of the wedding and, you know, all the guests line up. They run through the sparklers and they get into their getaway car and they leave. I also give them a link of sparklers that I suggest that they buy, because I don't want them to buy the short little tiny sparklers. I want them to buy the long sparklers. And so I link them to my Amazon page to some sparklers that are really good for that. And I also have it set up as an affiliate link. So if they decide to buy sparklers from my Amazon, I get a little bit of kickback from that, which is great. I also mentioned that there is another way to get sparkler photos without having photographers stay till the very, very end. Because if you're anything like me, you don't necessarily love being at a wedding reception for 5 or 6 hours, just so much dancing, so many unnecessary photos. People get very drunk by the end, and it can be the couple probably doesn't want photos of that anyways. So I always try and educate them and say, hey, you can still have sparkler photos without having me stay to the very, very end of the night. And a lot of people call these fake sparkler photos or staged sparkler photos. I don't call them that. I just say we can still have those sparkler photos and they can still be special. We can bring you the couple, we can bring the wedding party, we can bring the parents outside, we can light some sparklers. We can actually get more creative this way because they can run through a couple times, and we can do like a big group shot with sparklers. We can do a lot of really fun sparkler photos without me having to stay to the very, very end. So on my wedding planning guide, I do have a section talking about sparkler photos or just exit photos in general, and just letting them know the different options, and that I don't have to stay to the very, very end of the ceremony, of the reception, in order for them to have these really awesome sparkler or exit photos. Number 5 of what I include on my wedding planning guide, I have a section at the very end that just talks about what to expect after the wedding day. Now, I talk to them about this when they book their wedding. It's mentioned in my wedding planning guide here. I also send them a follow-up email the day after their wedding explaining all this again, but I just like to have this information in multiple places so that I'm not getting an email of them saying, so when am I gonna get my wedding photos? And they're sending me this email the day after their wedding when they're on their honeymoon, and I'm just like, you shouldn't be worrying about that. I put this information in multiple places so that they know ahead of time, and then they know what is the expectation with their photos. So basically, I just tell them this is what you can expect after the wedding day. You will get a sneak peek from me within X amount of days. It'll be sent to your email, and then the full gallery will be sent to you within this amount of weeks. And when you get this email, you can go into your gallery, you can download all the photos, you can share this gallery with friends and family. So I just kind of set that expectation at the end of my wedding planning guide of what to expect after your wedding days, just so that they know what's going on with their wedding photos. And that's it. Those are 5 more things that I include on my wedding planning guide. I will link in the description down below to the first video of the first 5 things that I include in my wedding planning guide. I just think all this information is so helpful for your couples as they're planning their wedding day, and it just makes it so much easier on you as the photographer because you're not having to get all of these emails from your couples of them asking questions, or it just helps the wedding day be a lot more organized, and it gives you more peace of mind walking into a wedding day knowing that they have all the information, they've put these things in place so that their wedding photos can be the best that they can be, which is so awesome. Thank you for watching, and I will see you again next week for another YouTube video. Bye guys.